Mr. J, I appreciate you taking your time to test with us. I understand it must be a difficult time for you, and it does appear that you may have been somewhat frustrated with our test. For this test, the score was above average for true responses only. This often happens when someone answers true without reading the question, and on several sections, less than 90% of the questions were answered. Regardless, Mr. J, it does appear that you have serious issues with depression and are quite high on dysophilia, which is psychology speak for not liking people and or not wanting to be around them. The shyness score was also quite high. Generally speaking, what the test appears to be telling us is that the person who took it is lacking in motivation, so much so that it may make it difficult for them to engage in treatment, but that treatment is definitely something they should and could engage in right away. It seems that serious depression is a pervasive theme in the results of this test, so much so that we believe that you are at great risk for suicide. There is a brief 5-question test that I would like you to start taking once a week and bringing to us. Hopefully, this can be the start of a new beginning for you. And now, through the magic of television, I will be talking to Mrs. S. Mrs. S., as you know, we performed a series of tests to help better diagnose some problems you may be having with attention and anxiety. One of the tests, the WAIS-4, which is a general abilities test, tended to show that you are on the low end of the average for most of the tests. If you think of the classic bell curve, this is the portion of the left where the bell is beginning to come to a flattish top. We are of the opinion that your performance was probably hampered somewhat by your anxiety and that these scores downplay your true ability. You are high average on both the verbal fluency test and one of the trail making tests. This tells us that it is unlikely you have any neurological damage and that you certainly have some abilities that, if you could tap into them, will make you effective in the way you design it. There does seem to be some indication that ADHD may be an issue for you. We are not sure, at this time, how much the problems you are having with attention influence your anxiety and how much your anxiety influences your problems with attention. The test indicates that you have some symptoms of depression, but that they are what we refer to as subclinical. In other words, these symptoms are not bad enough that we are diagnosing you with depression. You do appear to have a mathematics learning disability, known as mathematics disorder, that has been with you since grade school. It does seem, from this testing, that you have difficulty in acknowledging positive attributes about yourself. Hopefully, with this understanding and some follow-on therapy, that will improve.